Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Snake Pass. Let's continue. So things are not going well. We've learned you basically get nothing when you get all the collectibles. You have to get the gate keys, which are the most difficult collectibles in each level, every time you go back and do a level. So the only right way to play this game is to never, and I mean never, leave a level without having collected everything in it. But I don't want to do that, and it's too frustrating. So we know there's 15 levels. We're going into level 8. We're moving forward until we rage quit, basically. We're just trying to see if we can somehow, on the easy controls, find a... Yeah, there's some kind of sound effect when you either get near these symbols or when you hit B near the symbols. The B button, according to the controls, doesn't do anything. They're trying to make the levels now a little bit more open-ended. Not sure how much that really helps anything, because it really doesn't matter if you can... Oops. Well, first death. Yeah, it really doesn't matter if you can go and get the gate keys in any order when you have to get all the gate keys. Like, if I only had to get one of them to leave a level, that would be fine. That might even work in a interesting system where where the levels would be designed in such a way to encourage the player to come back 2 or 3 times, and then after the third time potentially that they've that the player has exited the level and gotten the gate key, then all of the gates would be then it would just automatically be open, if that makes any sense what I just said. What I mean is, if in your first playthrough of a level you could get one gate key and exit and then move forward to the other levels and then come back later and just get another gate key and exit after getting another third of all the collectibles in the level, and then you come back on a third try. If that was an option, that would be nice. Let's see what this does. When these rotate like this, you're kind of fine. Wow, this seems incredibly easy. That being said, the last time I tried to do something that looked rather easy was not that easy. And I guess it is also worth mentioning that there's no checkpoint around here, so... And if I tried to go that direction, that wouldn't really work. There's a collectible up here that would also be an encouragement to kill yourself. So it seems kind of obvious what they're doing here is that you're going to kill yourself trying to get to this checkpoint, and then have to do the rather easy gate key collectible. But it also feels like some of these puzzles are unbalanced. Let's see, is there? Well, if there was a sound effect that was playing when I was walking near that statue, it wouldn't do it underwater. Let's come up here. Just collecting these coins and things are difficult. Just turning around Uh, because you don't turn on a dime like most characters. You don't just do a 180 and spin yourself up. You instead have to make a bit of a circle. Let's see. I don't know if there's anything up here. Let's see. Alright, well. Go ahead and grip. And we want to grip and wrap. Well, I got a coin there, but I don't know if I can actually save that. I'm really goofing around here when I should be spending the rest of my energy and focus trying to just ensure that I make it to the end of the game, not wasting energy trying to ensure a particularly good score or getting all the collectibles or anything like that. Yeah, but particularly when this kind of stuff's gonna happen. And this kind of stuff's gonna happen, I think, quite a lot. There's definitely some camera angles problems here. Like, this is not the thing you want. Come on, come on, wiggle, 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 wiggle. Nope, 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 nope. Come on. I've got to. It seems like if you just stay there long enough, it gives you throws you a bone. I would argue the game has crossed from being interesting levels that seem doable and entertaining into just a collection of experimental levels that very much your mileage may vary on. So there's a secret lower, but at the moment I think I want to go higher. Where, if I was to compare this to Mario 64, I feel like every single level in Mario 64 was given at least a decent amount of QA to it. I don't think that any of those challenges of the 120 stars, not a single one stands out in my head as being particularly annoying or particularly difficult. Maybe there was a few that were longer, but that's kind of it. This really shouldn't be any kind of problem. Kind of have this sliding ability. What's making that noise? The bird's making that noise. Undoubtedly. Now, inevitably, this secret passage here is not going to be a secret passage to anything other than like a coin. Yeah, we haven't seen any double pass to anything. And notice that my body just got squished and it didn't hurt me, which may be pretty typical for snakes, but I kind of feel like you need some snake facts in this game. Just in every loading screen, or every now and then you just have the bird say some facts about snakes to a snake. That would be funny if Noodle would just kindly always listen to these snake facts that it would almost certainly already know. It would also make this feel a little bit more like a kid-friendly game, although in all fairness, I can't really call it a kid-friendly game. Not anymore. It's too obvious that it's too difficult of a game to really be kid-friendly. But yeah, maybe in the loading screen some snake facts. It'd give you something to say. It would give some backstory. If the bird was obsessed with snakes, that would explain why they're friends and helping each other. Heck, I wouldn't even be upset if the bird and the snake were in some kind of weird interspecies romance. That would at least be something different than all the like Banjo-Kazooie games where you have these different kinds of animals that don't really have a good reason why they would interact with each other. And I'm so close, but it's not really following a gravity. Seems like it just kind of has some small inertia, and yeah, it's not really helping me out. It's taking forever to settle down. And decent chance that this isn't even something I needed to do. The pathways that you're supposed to take, the main pathways, are not well placed. Or we could have some bird facts. You could have the two characters talking to each other the whole time about snake facts and bird facts. Say something at least. Make jokes. At least Ukulele, for as much as I dislike that game, and boy, I'm just kind of running into a whole collection of games that I'm not having a great time with as far as it comes to 3D platformers. This is very possibly why 3D platformers are dead, is that nobody knows how to make them well. Do I have everything? Yeah. Let's get out of here then. So, violating what I just said earlier about you need to collect everything before you leave a level, I'm gonna leave this level. You need to collect everything before you leave a level if you plan on collecting everything in the game. At this point, I do not plan on doing that. Here we have another cutscene. See if we can pay more attention this time and see what he actually gives us. Every creature that swims or splashes owes their thanks to you. Accept this reward with our gratitude. It's a thing. But there's nothing that pops up on the screen saying you have more health, because you don't have health in this game. There's nothing saying that the bird can hold you longer or pull you up higher. There we got a tease of a bad guy, so maybe we'll have a sub boss. But even if we were going to fight a sub boss, it either has to happen in the next level, or it happens somewhere around level 11 of 15, unless there's more DLC that I bought, and there actually is more than 15 levels in this game. But from the looks of it, immediately we're now into a fire realm. So we went from a sky realm where things were relatively safe, but you could still fall to your death, to a spike realm where you could fall a lot more. And then do I always have to turn these counterclockwise? Nope, this one wants to go clockwise. Nope, it doesn't. Alright, switch to the other direction. I guess I don't need to use grip. I like the idea of permanently opening up areas. I hate the idea of fire, lava, and more things that could kill me on top of spikes. Feels like there's probably a plant that could do us some favors too. Some kind of special ability that you could unlock. To eat a plant, maybe transform yourself into a different kind of snake. Yeah, if you could, it's just like basic Mario stuff. Like if there was a fire plant you ate and then you were immune to fire and you spit out fireballs. I don't know how spitting out fireballs would really help you since there's no enemies in this game. Maybe there should be enemies in the game. Certainly a thought. A few challenges. You could certainly have made targets though, if not enemies that you shoot fireballs at. And then a ice plant that gives you ice, like a metal plant that has you act like Metal Mario and walk at the bottom of the water. Like there's a lot to steal, certainly, from previous games to have more of an experience here instead of just being a snake for snakes. Since this is another game that I imagine was kickstarted, and it runs into the problem of a lot of Kickstarter games where they get funding, but then they don't get enough funding and they don't have enough ambition to make a full game. So here's a great example. Like, I almost fell off there, but I couldn't really press the Y button either because I didn't hit it in time. So I would have had to take my hand off. Let's go ahead and wrap around there. I would have had to take my hand off the controller off the A button specifically to have it how to press the Y button. This seems like this rotates multiple times. The easy controls still something to be mentioned. They are making it easier to get around, but I don't know how much more easy. So, oh, I see what I have to do. You have to go all the way around. And take note, now there's lava. So they didn't want to just have you fall to your death via skybox. They want to make you really suffer and fall into burning lava. Right. Let's see. And this checkpoint, I guess they saved me some frustration. So I can't be too upset with them. Because they didn't make me reset the whole thing. Should be no reason why I can't hit that. Of course, it would be incredibly infuriating if this put me in lava. Really don't know where I'm supposed to be going though. See a green over there and a another one over there, so whatever is at the top of this platform I don't care to really try and collect. Yeah, I need to really just stop with finding collectibles. Yep. In a very, very weird position where I can't even play the game the way I would want to play it, and I can't even enjoy it because of that. Because of the weird tying in of the gate keys with the collectibles. Alright, we need to get in here and grip and then wrap around and then wrap around and get up here. This looks interesting. There's a whole ball system that I'm supposed to have done. Interesting. And I don't think I can avoid doing that actually. So so much for ignoring whatever was up at the top of this. Unfortunately, I don't think this is the right way. Wouldn't it be nice if we were unlocking skins for the snake too? Like, there's plenty of different ways you could color a snake without making the game really change in any way whatsoever. Right. Come on, we need to go the other way. Then we need to grip this. And then spin. I guess your bird friend mostly does nothing. So he's just flying around, flapping around for 90% of the game. Although, I guess in all fairness, your friend companion in a lot of these games mostly does nothing. So, that's not something I think would be too much of a legitimate criticism. Alright, we want to wrap around and then wrap around again. And I think I've finally figured out the right way to do this stuff. Somewhat. I think I've finally started to figure out some of this. That being said, I'm still not at a point where I think we've turned this around in a way that I really want to try and get all the collectibles in this game. Let's see. Tighten up, wrap around, and then unspring yourself. And jump over here and hit the checkpoint. Are we being followed? If our bird friend was kidnapped, which is something you might do in a game like this, is to move the story forward, just have the bird friend get kidnapped, would that really change the experience much? I would say probably not. I mean, we use the tail lift every now and then, sure. But it's really not that big of a... This stuff looks hot, better keep off. So... we needed to do that because we needed the bamboo sticks to come out. I'm going the wrong direction, and because I went the wrong direction, I undid the thing that I was trying to do. Lock into place. And I guess if there were some checkpoints, I might spend some time trying to get those collectibles, but again, why am I wasting my time trying to get collectibles? Right, over, and then wrap. And then over and over. Let's see. Okay, we've got what we need. Now it's just a matter of not dying on the way back. This level seemed easy. Too easy. But that is kind of the problem we keep running into, is that we are just seeing some really easy levels after seeing some major difficulty spikes. Either that, or subconsciously I've just learned how to actually play this game. Creative coiling. So, the way this looks, it does kind of look like there's four 4 levels. And if this is level 10, wouldn't that mean that there's basically only 1, maybe 2 levels in the last section? Seems like we're going higher and higher according to the map. So we'd be in some kind of sky realm or just complete blackness, raining blackness type area, which would make sense. Yeah, unless there's some DLC with some more levels, we might make it to the end here, depending on whether they get difficult or not. However, looking at all these collectibles, yeah, that's just not gonna happen. And I'm not even gonna pretend like at some point, if I had free time, which I never do, I would come back and play this off screen and not record the footage and try and get all of these. It's too much. It's asking way too much. It'd be kind of interesting to look at the leaderboards. Of course, some of that would be cheating. This was a game also that activated a firewall trigger for Windows 10 instead of not really requiring that, which was a little surprising because almost every game these days that I launch doesn't really require a firewall to connect to the internet. Maybe there's just different ways to program to allow that to happen. At least I don't play a lot of online games or games that try to connect to the internet, but that was weird. Of course, maybe that is just a new thing in Windows 10. So scoreboard doesn't really tell you much, does it? You can see that there's some major numbers, at least on the arcade mode, but then you can see after about 15 the number goes by 10, and these are still probably cheating, hacking numbers as for the score. So I wouldn't be surprised if it is much more realistic that you'd get maybe 100,000 points in total as far as arcade mode. But I don't have a reason why I'd want to play arcade mode either. Yeah, there's just a lot missing here. We're completely devoid of story, save a few cutscenes and hints at a boss battle and an antagonist, which at this rate we're just gonna see the bad guy and then go, oh, you're the bad guy, I should defeat you, and then probably have no like fight mechanics introduced or anything like that. Probably just have to do climbing mechanics to beat the boss, and that very possibly is going to be a super frustrating boss battle. Noodle hasn't said a single word in the entire game, and the bird hasn't said anything super interesting. It's just really simplistic and really short, all built around this one concept, when you really can't make a game around a one concept idea. It just doesn't work. There needs to be some more characters, there needs to be some more mini games. The main concept of playing as a snake is not even polished well. It makes it feel like this is a game that a Chinese company might put out, where they were hired by somebody to develop something, they lost that contract, and then they just put out the half-finished product as a final product. And in a lot of ways, there's a lot of Chinese games that get put out like that are very visually polished, just like this is. But yeah, if I was a Kickstarter backer of this, I would not be happy with the product at this point. And I don't think 5 more levels, even if we can manage to not rage quit the remaining 5 levels, I don't think that's going to change my experience. And my finger is blistering as I thought would happen. So I think I'll take a bit of a break. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. And if you want to support me even further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and gift me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.